You're watching Punto Balita, where we bring important events from the past in today's headlines.
Today's top story is about one of the longest peace efforts in Philippine history, the government peace treaties with Muslim Filipinos. These agreements changed how the government responded to conflict in Mindanao, moving from years of armed fighting to negotiations and peace building. Let's now go live to our first field reporter, Pase.
Thank you, anchors. Before we talk about the peace treaties, we first need to understand where the conflict began. Long before the Philippines became one country, Muslim communities in Mindanao and Sulu already had their own governments through the sultanates of Sulu and Maguindanao. They had their own leaders, traditions, and Islamic way of life. However, during the Spanish, American, and later Philippine governments, many policies centralized control over Mindanao. Land loss, migration, and political changes caused many Moro communities to feel that their identity, land, and political rights were being ignored. The conflict became even more serious after the Jabida massacre in 1968, which many Muslims viewed as a symbol of injustice. This event encouraged the formation of Moro revolutionary groups such as the MNLF and later the MILF.
Thank you, Pase. So, we can see that this issue wasn't simply about rebellion. It was deeply connected to history, identity, land, and the desire for self-governance. Now, let's hear how the government tried to solve the conflict through peace agreements. Navarro?
Thank you. Here are the major peace agreements that shaped Philippine history. First, in 1976, the Philippine government and the Moro National Liberation Front signed the Tripoli Agreement. This was the first major peace agreement that officially recognized autonomy as part of the solution. Instead of relying only on military action, both sides chose negotiation. Second, in 1996, another important agreement called the Final Peace Agreement was signed. This agreement allowed the qualified MNLF members to participate in government and even join state security forces. While it reduced conflict with the MNLF, it did not completely end the Moro struggle because the MILF continued negotiations separately. Third, in 2012, the government and the MILF signed the Framework Agreement on the Bangsamoro, followed by the Comprehensive Agreement on the Bangsamoro in 2014. These agreements proposed replacing the old ARMM with a stronger political entity known as the Bangsamoro. Finally, the Bangsamoro Organic Law created the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, or BARMM, which officially began in 2019. These agreements show that peace was achieved step by step over many years. Back to our anchor.
Thank you, Navarro. It is clear that the road to peace was a long and challenging process, requiring decades of careful negotiations and compromise from both sides.
Indeed, Ruma. But these agreements are not just chapters in a history book. They actively shape the reality of our nation today. To give us a closer look at how these treaties impact our current society, let's cross over to Riobal.
Thank you, anchors. Today, the fruits of these long peace processes are highly visible, most notably through the establishment of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, or called BARMM. Unlike previous setups, BARMM grants greater political autonomy, a more secure share of national revenues, and the power to implement Islamic law for Muslims alongside the national legal system. Beyond politics, this transition has brought a significant shift in community life. Former combatants are now decommissioning their weapons and transitioning into civilian roles, with many undergoing livelihood training to participate in the local economy. Moreover, the relative stability has opened doors for increased infrastructure development, improved healthcare access, and better educational opportunities in areas previously torn by conflict. While challenges in implementation and local security still bring livelihood training to participate in the local economy. Moreover, the relative stability has opened doors for increased infrastructure development, improved healthcare access, and better educational opportunities in areas previously torn by conflict. While challenges in implementation and local security still remain, the current framework provides a democratic space to resolve issues through dialogue rather than gunfire. Back to you in the studio, Obrero and Roma.
Thank you, Ryubal. From the deep historical roots of the sultanates and the painful turning point of the Jabida massacre to the landmark steps of the Tripoli, final and comprehensive peace agreements, the story of Mindanao is a powerful reminder that lasting peace is built on justice, recognition, and respect for identity.
Well said, Obrero. While the journey is far from over, the transition from armed conflict to institutional governance shows that the unity is possible even amidst deep diversity. The peace treaties with Muslim Filipinos stand as a testament to the power of diplomacy over division.
And that wraps up our story for today.
For reliable updates and stories that matter, this has been Punto Balita.
I am Obrero. Magandang araw, Pilipinas!